What's up YouTube? Right, today we're going to be making scouse, so I just thought I'd show you the ingredients first. Here we've got diced beef, diced lamb, some potatoes, some carrots, some celery, 2 leeks, some onion, fresh rosemary and garlic, and we've got here some baby onions. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to start by peeling our carrots. You don't have to be mad with them, they're all going to be going in a pot anyway, but just give them a good peeling. Like so. As I say, you're going to top and tail them, so you just want to get them a little bit, get the outer skin off them, just tidy them up a bit, you know. As I said, they're just going to go into a stew pot and stew for a couple of hours, so you know, you don't really need to be looking that sharp, but they're going to get boiled. Okay, so now once you've peeled your carrots, we're just going to go ahead and chop and tail the carrots, which is basically just cutting the top and the bottom off them, putting them to one side. Just watch your fingers when you do this, you don't want to end up cutting the end of your finger off, obviously. But, as I said, you haven't got to be too clever with them because they're just going to go in the pot. Once you top and tail them, get rid of them. You just want to cut these into manageable pieces. Because you're just going to chop them up now. You want them all roughly about the same size as well. That way, they all should cook the same, take the same amount of time, otherwise you get some pieces that are hard and other pieces that will just be mush. So you just get them chopped up, get a little bowl ready at the side just to blast them into. What you're doing here, we're going to split these in half. We're going to put these in at the beginning of the cooking process and then some halfway through, just to add a little bit of bite to our scouse. Obviously you haven't got to cut them as flat as I can. Try and, you know, take your time, be careful, don't cut your fingers. Next step, we're going to get our 2 leeks, and again it's going to take the top and the bottom off these, throw them in the bin. And then what I'm going to do with these is I'm going to cut them again into manageable sizes, and I'm going to halve them like so. And once you've got them into that situation where you've halved them again cut them like the carrots, a little bit, say half a centimetre thick slices like that. Again, it hasn't got to be perfect, but they're just going to melt down when they go into the stock, into the pot. What we're going to do then, we're just going to add all this to our carrots that we've done before. Okay, once we've chopped our carrots and leek, we go on to then chop up some celery. Same process again, we just top and tail them, so that they're roughly into manageable pieces. Once I get them there, I'll give them a quick wash. Give them a quick wash, get any excess soil off them. Right, and then we're just going to chop them again. We rough chop them, put them in with the carrots and the leek. And again, watch your fingers. Don't want no accidents. Just add a little bit of flavour to our sauce. I think this is what the French call mirepoix. I don't know what it means, but that's what the French call it. I think it's something to do with the basis of all sauces, or the base of every sauce. Hello there, right, so once we've got our potatoes cooked, we're going to move on to the garlic and the rosemary. Basically, sprig of rosemary. You just get hold of it and run your fingers down it, take all the leaves off, like so. Yeah. That should be fine. You only want a hint of rosemary running through it. Now your garlic on the other hand, what I just do, get the flat of the knife, put it over the garlic, and then just give it a quick bash. And once I've got it like that, just chop it. Just run your knife through it. Keep running your knife through it. Right, and to get into a paste, what I've found easy, get a good good chop through it, so it's pretty fine. Right? And then once you've got it to this stage here, what you can do then is you can use the knife to flatten it against the board. So if you just crush your knife across it, just get a bit more as you do each time, and just run your knife back over it. And what this does is it just crushes all the garlic, so that when you do put it in the pan, it actually turns back to the water and you don't get big chunks of garlic in with your stock. So, right, in there we've now got garlic, onion, leek, celery and carrot. In here we've got potato. We cut our rosemary up so we can put that in with our middle part. Right, next thing we need is okay, we've got our pan. What we're going to do now, we're going to get some olive oil. Splash of olive oil in the bottom of the pan. About 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Let's get our pan turned on. Now what we're going to do now, we're going to brown the meat off. Right? So we're going to put our meat in first. And get this sweating off. You want to get it all sealed quick as you want. So you want this fat to be nice and hot. Right? So what you want to do is you want to seal all this meat as quick as you can. Right? So that when you add your mirepoix and your stock, the meat doesn't lose all its flavour. So we get that good and hot and then we'll add our meat. By the way, we're going to be doing some more focaccia bread in a moment. Check out one of the earlier videos we did. So as this is heating up now, this is starting to get nice and hot, this oil. You just go ahead and drop the meat in. Tricky, you've got to keep this meat moving, right? We'll get it nice and sealed all over. Now while I'm cooking away, just going to drop our lamb in. So that's the beef gone in, now the lamb goes straight in. I mean, you can either use lamb. The traditional way of making scouse is with lamb, but you can either use lamb or beef. But you know what? I like making it with both. I think it gives a much depth to the flavour, a lot nicer, richer flavour to it. Right, what you want to do next, once your pan is on and it's simmering, right, you may as well go ahead and start to chop your baby onions. What I do, I basically cut them in half, like so, like we did with the big onions before, right? You want to take the skin off, right, like that, and then with the little knife, just cut the top, like we did with the big onions. You just chop and tail them, like that, and then pop them in with the potatoes. I've just added another 2 carrots in there, but I've cut them quite thick, as you can see. You'll see why in a minute. Okay, our scouts have now been bubbling away for an hour. And as you can see, if I just lift that up a bit, see all the potatoes are starting to break up. Right, and what that actually does is it thickens up the sauce. So So, see it all thickening up there? I mean, I could have floured the meat before I sweated it up, but I just don't, I think it tastes a bit powdery when you do like that. So what I do is just kind of thicken up with the potatoes itself. Now, if you remember before, we peeled our onions with a few more potatoes and some more carrots in there, didn't we? What we're going to do now, we're going to pour them in here, right? And we're going to give them a good stir in. Get them all covered and then incorporated into the scouse. Now what we're going to do then, we're going to stick it back on the heat and let it simmer and blip away. Blip, 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 blip away for about another hour. Right? So let's get a lid back on that. And then give it another hour on the timer. And we'll come back and see you in an hour. Okay people, it's been simmering now for 2 hours our scouse. And it's just about ready to serve. So, if you do so, spoon out the ladle. Right, and as you can see you can see all the onions, and all the carrots, and the potatoes that are just stayed whole kind of thing, but they're just succulent. So what you do now is you get yourself a good spoon full of it, you put it in the bowl, and a little ladle of gravy over the top. And there you have scouse.